In this video, we're diving into a comparison of an AI-powered 3D model generation tool that's taking on the industry's biggest names. Tencent recently introduced version 3.0 of Hunyuan. In this video, I'll walk you through how to generate an object with Hunyuan and integrate it into your Unreal Engine project. I'll also compare the results with Tripo version 3.0 directly in Unreal Engine. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy this type of content, and subscribe to stay updated on future videos. Note that commercial use is not allowed. You'll need to purchase a license from Tencent for that. The Hunyuan website is in Chinese, so if you don't speak the language, you can use any online translation tool. You can log in with just an email address. A code will be sent to your email for each login. No other personal information is required. The interface is simple and efficient. The homepage showcases various examples of generated objects. You can filter them by type. On the left, you can either enter text, upload an image, or upload multiple views of the object you want to generate. You can select the new version 3.0 or the older 2.5. You can also choose the model face count from 1.5 million down to 50,000. Select Geometry plus Texture and click Generate Now. Let's start by generating one of the thrones I used in my previous comparison videos. The free generation process is fairly slow. Expect it to take a few minutes. You get 20 free generations per day. You can view the generated 3D asset from all angles. You can also toggle between viewing it with or without textures. I'll download the file in FBX format to import it into Unreal Engine. Once the FBX is downloaded, simply drag and drop it into the content browser. In the pop-up window, click Import All while keeping the default settings. And there you go, the 3D model is now imported into Unreal Engine. AI-generated models are generally not very clean. I recommend checking out my previous video, AI 3D Model Fix, which shows how to optimize these models. You'll notice that the material is perfectly set up with the 3 generated textures. Unlike some competing tools, no specific configuration is needed. I drag and drop the 3D model into the level. All that's left is to adjust its position, rotation, and scale. To keep this video concise, I'm focusing on Hunyuan. Check out my previous videos if you want to see how to generate 3D models and integrate them into Unreal Engine with other tools. At the time of this video's release, I've already tested Rodan, Tripo, Meshi, and Trellis. Here's the reference image. This image is highly complex for 3D model generation. The carved parts are very detailed. There are cutouts. The materials are highly varied. The cushioned part features soft curves, contrasting with the carved sections. Now, let's compare the result with the latest version of Tripo, version 3.0. I'll share my observations, but feel free to pause and form your own. The throne's base is rendered very well, but it could use even more detail. Note, the leather on the armrests, which isn't visible in the reference photo, includes stitching. The backrest is much better rendered than in version 2.5, approaching perfection. The textures overall are very faithful to the original photo. Now, let's move to Hunyuan. The base is quite detailed, but it lacks a bit of depth. The leather is almost perfect, very smooth, maybe a tad too smooth. The backrest is also very good, even though this part used to cause the most issues in the past. We can see an overall improvement in rendering compared to previous versions. To better visualize the 3D structure of the model, I've applied a white texture. I used the same reference image as in my previous videos. This makes it easier for you to compare across different tools. But keep in mind that these tools perform differently depending on the input image. How far will they go? Which throne do you prefer? Let me know in the comments. Before we move on to comparing several very different 3D models, if you're enjoying this video, give it a like and subscribe. I decided to run a small test, generating a 3D model from an incomplete reference image. This image depicts a table. It's a simple 3D model but with a complex texture that plays a critical role in the result's quality. I'll show you the results directly in Unreal Engine, under realistic lighting conditions. The tool you choose for generating assets can clearly impact your game's visual style. Personally, I recommend sticking to the same tool to maintain a consistent style. Hunyuan's textures are highly detailed, even up close. I find the rapid progress in these 3D generation models quite impressive. And it's obviously far from over. Do you think AI generation will catch up to or even surpass some artists' work? Share your thoughts in the comments, I'm curious to hear your take. Now, let's take a broader look at the other models I've generated. For each, I'll show you the reference image, followed by zooms on the generated models. These models are very different from one another. Personally, I think each tool has its strengths and weaknesses, which become more apparent depending on the type of object generated. I'll let you form your own opinion. Join our growing community by subscribing, give a thumbs up to boost the channel's visibility, and help me create more content. Tell me in the comments if you're currently using a 3D model generation tool and which one. I hope this video has shed some light on Hunyuan. More comparison videos on lesser-known tools are coming soon. Thanks to everyone for watching, and I'll see you soon.